Hello, and welcome to Shrink, the podcast for the mind. I'm Philippe Taron, and I talk to the people who want to have a better understanding of their issues with weight and body image. I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough as a father, as a mother, as a lover, as a woman, as a man, as a colleague. We keep on comparing ourselves to others through social media, to our social life. But the truth is that we only see one side of the story. We only see what some people want us to see. It's okay if we see them as an inspiration, as something that motivates us. But then it's not okay, of course, if we use it to reinforce the belief that we're not good enough, or even that we are a failure. This lack of confidence usually comes from our childhood. Sometimes our parents will compare us with our siblings or children of some of their friends. Look at your brother, he's doing so well at his exams. As a parent, I know, of course, it's tempting sometimes to use these techniques to motivate our children. And either by comparing them to others or creating some kind of competition with others. But it's wrong, it doesn't really work. Or not for long anyway. But I guess as parents we do what we can, or what we've seen our parents doing with ourselves. I have had, and I still have in fact, clients who are at the top of their game, who are seen as successful, funny, bright, attractive, but they can't acknowledge it, and you'd be surprised how judgmental they are about themselves. But in fact, what does it mean, being good enough? Does it even mean something? I know what being a good person is in my eyes. Someone you can trust, someone you can rely on, someone who's there for their friends and family, someone who's capable of empathy and warmth, someone who can listen without judging. In my eyes, being a good person is the best thing one can be. And that's clearly something we can work on. When we're body conscious, we believe our body is not good enough. I think it's fine to want to improve our appearance. But where does it stop? When to be content with our body? When is our body good enough? What is the norm? Aging seems to have become a dirty word. Our skin, our belly, our hips, our arms, whatever part of our body we consider is for some supposed to look like it did when we were in our 20s, for example. And again, we can work on looking better. But not if it's to reach unreasonable goals. Goals we'll never reach, or if we do, we won't be able to sustain them. Because then it will have a massive impact on our well-being. What's right for you might not be right for others. Maybe because you're not the same age, you don't have the same lifestyle, the same body shape, and for sure not the same genetics. For example, I could think, I could be slimmer, my skin could be softer, I could be more muscular, I could have more hair, or just hair in my case, because I don't have any hair, or not much. But I'm okay with who I am. Your standards should be dictated by your health, by how good you feel physically and emotionally, not by establishing comparisons with someone you've seen on social media or on TV, for example. Otherwise, your balance will never be right. And simply because it won't be your own balance, it will be someone else. And please remember that there's nothing more attractive than someone who feels good about themselves. How do we get there, though? How do we get to a point where we're content with how we look? Well, it can take some time. The first step, I think, is to have a good look at your expectations, all of them. Where did you get them from? How long have you had them? And what have you put in place to try to get there? When did you give up, thinking you would never get there? It really helps to have a good look at your patterns, your way of thinking and doing things, and how they led to a fail. If you don't, you're more than likely to repeat the same story ever and ever again. And each time you will start with a lower self-confidence, making it less likely to achieve your goal. Once you have a better idea of your expectations and the pattern you've had until now, it will be time to reconsider things in a gentle and caring way. And then you can be okay with who you are and how you look. And don't get me wrong, it's a very ambitious project, much more ambitious than having the perfect body. And I guess that's what I do best, helping my clients having goals which are sustainable, goals that are realistic, and feeling good about themselves. And I must say it's a delightful journey. It's a tough one sometimes, but it's such a nice journey.